All right, crafty people, I promised you we were going to do some of these cards together. So I'm going to show you the cards that I created, and then the last card is going to be the one we're going to do together. So I have these letters in my stash. I think they are Mente, and I got them last year. So Let It Snow looked perfect for this image. Sorry about all the music in the background. That is my dryer telling me it's done. So I first find my image, and then I pick my papers. Lots of layering. Some lace tucked in here, and then back here I made these flowers myself and added all my little sprays, and I added this die cut and this cute little squirrel. Oh my gosh, he looked perfect. And then you open it up and the inside matches the outside. So that's card number 1. And these cards will be listed on eBay. So if you're interested, stay. Okay, lean over. That's fine. Okay, I really like this one. I did my cluster, my flower cluster here on the bottom, and I tucked in this little bird. I just love that image so much. That looks like my idea of heaven. So I have a die cut here. And then I created these flowers, and then, I just tuck my little stuff in there to make the cluster look nice. I have some lace popping out here and a little bit popping out here. And this is a sentiment. It's like a little ornament you can get at Walmart. I added a little bow. I love it. Like before I created cards, if I had found these in like I'm not a craft store, but like some kind of store to buy, I would have been delighted. Okay, then we have this one, and I added an owl to this one. Look at that owl. That is a cool looking owl. And look at I have these blah, 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 icicles in my stash. And they're kind of a little bit teal, so I just took some white paint and some glitter, and I, made them look like they were meant to be there. So again, my flower cluster, the icicles coming down, the word winter, and then I added a bow. And that's card number 3. So card number 4 is the card that we're actually, after this one, that we're going to create together. This is also a Walmart little ornament, but I use them as sentiments. I also created these flowers and my little sprays in there. I added some snowflakes. There's some lace in the background. Most of it's covered up, but it's there. And then I have a bow and then another die cut. And ta-da. Okay, so let's get to creating this card together. Hey, crafty friends. I wanted to come and share how I create my cards. So here is the base, and this is just I think it's like a 8, let's see, we can measure here. 11 by, well, I cut this down. So this is 11 by 7.5. So when you fold it, it's 5.5 by 7.5. And I have a little, just a teeny little piece sticking out here. I think I'll just, rather than get out my cutter, I'll just cut that off. There we go. And these are, I've already, like, these are scraps. So, like, this is how, let's see. I'm just gonna, I'm not going to distress the paper that goes inside because I like it to close really well. And this is my favorite glue as far as paper crafting. And this is Beacon Fabric Tack. I buy like 10 of the large containers of it every time I place an order. So I'm going to put this piece on the edge. All right, hold the phone. Let me get out a piece of white paper. Welcome to my world, people. Welcome to my world. Okay, this is just a scrap piece of white paper I had in my stash. I used 110-pound cardstock. And there's the inside of your card. Ta-da! All right, let's do the outside because that's way more fun. So whatever size your card is, because you can make it any size you want. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger than mine. But mine's 7.5 by 5.5. So I cut this piece down by 1/4 inch on this side and this side, so that it gives just a little border there, see? So each layer will be 1/4 inch smaller, so that you get that border. Okay. And obviously what I do is I start with my image, and then I pick my papers to go along with it. So this is the next piece, and I want to distress this. This is a phenomenal paper. I think this is just something I got at Michael's in a paper collection, and there were only 2 sheets of it, sadly. But I loved the wood look of it with the like snowflakes and snow falling. And I just tore my paper, and that is absolutely fine. See, I tore it like that. No big deal at all. This is a Tim Holtz distress tool. You can do this with scissors if you don't have this distressing tool, but it looks better with the tool. It's easier to do. Pour it again. Okay. So it looks more weathered when you have the tears in it. No problem. So I'm going to take my Fabric Tack glue, go all the way around the edge, and then a little bit in the center. And there we go. Now we have the blue border and the brown base border. So again, I had a lot of scraps, and that's what I save all my scraps. So all of these papers that you're going to see, they're all scraps that I had saved from other projects. So I'm going to distress this also. This paper is thinner than this, so I'm being a little cautious. Okay. Then this piece is going to go off center about there. And then I'm going to take this lace, which I pre-picked out, and it's going to go like that. So this glue dries clear. So we're going to layer this like that. And then we're going to take the image. Now, normally I would want to border it in this blue, but I'll be honest with you, I ran out of blue. So we're just going to distress the actual image, which is printed on 110-pound cardstock. So it's going to distress really well. And it's going to go on like that. Only first, let's see. Where is it? I know I put it in my little... I like to go around and collect up all the embellishments that I might want to use and keep them in a container close by. So I want to pop this up. So this is what I'm going to do. This is my my foam. I just get it at Michael's in the kids crafting area. And it comes in big giant sheets, like 18 inches by like 12 inches. And it's really inexpensive too. But I like it better than the double sticky tape because it's way cheaper. And it's easier to cut down to whatever size you might need. So I'm going to offset this so we show more of the lace. I picked out this sentiment, and I don't know if I want to put it at the top or I want to put it at the bottom. But let's see what flowers I have. I made some flowers, but these are kind of creamy, so I don't think I want it. Well, let me see. I don't know, maybe that'll work. Let's see. Does that work? I think that works. Even though it's creamy because we got the browns going on. Maybe that works. I don't know. I have some other flowers. Let me see. Where are my other flowers? Here they are. Okay, I made these also. And I don't know why, because I used white glitter, but look at this one. This one kind of came out a little yellowy. So in order to, I do think I like this better. I used to not like to make flowers, and I really have started to enjoy doing that. It's kind of weird how your tastes change. Okay, so I'm going to try to cover up that yellowy with this flower. So, you know, I just kind of play around with it, you know, maybe Maybe we do that. I don't know. I like both in different ways. I think I'm going to go with those. All right. And I like how this layout looks right here. I like this. So I'm going to move the flowers off a little bit. I'm going to take my hot glue and get that set in place. All right. So I have my snowflakes. So if we do that like that, I really don't like these. I always end up with more of these because I prefer all of the other ones to that one. So let me show you the choices. Ugh. So I like these better. And I like to cut these apart because they go further when you cut them apart. Okay, so I'm going to do it like that. Let's see. Uh-oh. One of them got bent. Okay. So we're going to do that. I've got some weird speckles on that leaf, so I'm going to just tear that leaf off. And then I'm going to put the rest of this on this flower. And I don't like to put my snowflakes on my flower until I'm ready to do the project, because I don't know which direction I'm going to want to go with that snowflake. And yes, my dog is growling. She's growling at the other dog who wants to play with her, and she's a grumpy old lady. And yeah. Okay. All right, so we got our flowers where we want them to go. Now, sometimes what I like to do is cut another one of these and like tuck it. I don't think there's enough room under here. Oh, maybe there is. Okay, we're gonna, well, okay, that's what we're gonna do. You don't have to use a lot of glue. And I prefer to use hot glue on things like this because I want it to stick instantly. Okay, so we got some snowflakes over here. We got our snowflakes behind these guys. And now, let's see. I have some die cuts. I don't think this one's going to work because, and I'll show you why. But I want to show you. Because this is what I do, as I have all my things pre-cut and ready to go. So I think it deters too much from the snowflake. So we won't use this. Okay, put that back. Let's look at this. So I've got these die cuts. Not sure I like it in blue. Let's try it in white. Kind of like it in white. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm not sure if we'll keep it. All right. And then we have all of these goodies to see if we want to. Okay, I needed to delete some pictures, sorry. So I've got some sparkly leaves. Here's my problem. These are super white, and these are kind of ivory. So I'm gonna try this. I don't know. I'm not liking it. Let me try something else. So I have these pieces that I just bought a spray at Hobby Lobby. And yeah, I think this will work. So these have wire in them, so you can just kind of, takes a little bit more effort to cut them apart, but so I just start placing and tucking my different elements. And, you know, find the right placement for what I need. Sometimes you have to give it a little start with the scissors. Ugh. There we go. Okay. So I find the placement of how I want my embellishments. And I tuck them in before I start gluing. And I make sure that I like that. I'm just not liking this little I don't like how that piece is brown. So I'm going to cut a piece off of here, and I'm going to glue it on there so you don't see it anymore. Ta-da! Okay, I'm liking that. This is sticking out a little bit too far. This can kind of I'll save that for later. All right, I'm going to start gluing in, and I'm just going to tuck under that leaf like that. So I'm just gluing at the base of the branch and not worrying about gluing the entire branch, because I want them to kind of stay popped up a little bit. It gives that illusion of being more like real. More realistic, I guess I should say. I got this little tiny piece right here. Just gonna let that pop out right there. And I feel like we need something right here. All right. Now, I've got to decide if I want to leave this or take it away. I actually think it frames it out nicely. So I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I'm not going to use very much. And there we go. I did miss two little pop out pieces of the die cut, but because I didn't glue it down, I can still pop those out. Okay, so do we need a bow? Do you guys think we need a bow? All right, let me, I don't know, and I wish I had some more sprays I could put in here, but I think this looks okay. I'm going to look, you know what? Okay, somebody asked me about the twine the other day. Here is the twine. This is why I said I will be able to use this my entire life and never use it all up. So I'm thinking, because this twine is ivory, that this will work. So let's make a bow. And sometimes you can mix your whites and your ivories and it looks good. Sometimes I think you can do that and it looks not good. So I think on this one, I like it. Let's see. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. Now I like to kind of spread my loops apart once I've found a place I think I might like. Now we're going to cover up a lot of the image, but since you can, you know, it doesn't cover it up like in a solid fashion. I don't know. What do you guys think? I wish you could answer me. In some ways I like it. Let's see. What if we tuck it more down here? I don't know. I don't know. Let's take it out. And what if we put it, let's make it smaller. And what if we put it there? I think we need to make it smaller. I don't know. I don't like it there either, unless I cut this. Let me make it. And this is the process that I go through, you know, not knowing what's going to look good until I play around with it. And this is why I generally don't make these kind of videos, because to me, this is boring. I don't want to bore you guys. I really don't. But I have so many people that ask. Okay, hold on. Let's... Maybe I cut these even shorter. Let me put it there. I don't know. I don't like either one. I like it better in the cluster. But now we've cut the tassels so short that I don't like the way that looks. Yep, no, don't like that at all. All right, let's try this again. I hope you guys are having fun, because this to me is very awkward. Okay, I think we're going to tuck it in the flower cluster. I hate doing this on camera so bad. I hope you guys are going to have to tell me if you're glad I did this or you don't want me to do this again. Ugh, I can't get my tassels the right length. Let's see. Oh, I've had it. I think we're just not going to put a bow on this one. Okay. All right. I will be back to show you. Obviously, you don't need to see this one, but the other cards that I've made.